It is a beautiful day for baseball here at Russell E. Diethrich Park as tonight the 6 and 5 Olean Oilers come in to take on your 12 and 2 Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Hello again and welcome to another broadcast of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball. I'm Dre Guinness alongside Jalen Ferguson, and we're going to have a special guest tonight, Matty G, back in the booth for a few innings later on tonight. And Jalen, coming into tonight, 11 and 2, the league's best record. But last night was a game that the Skunks had well in hand until they didn't.
Yeah, that game, Zach McLean, he pitched a really good game, really good start. Chase Barron being able to get the close against the Pilots. They had some solid hitters, Blake Herman, Tito Kiefer, and Eric Weeks, and Heath Fetchick. But last night, it just came off the rails, but they were able to come back and get a 20-12 victory over the Pilots last night.
And that's one of the things that you expect in a ball club that is performing this well. They are going to face adversity at times during ball games, but it's how they actually bounce back when they're faced with that adversity. And last night, up 12-2, perhaps getting a little overconfident, for trying to get out of the game, try to get to that mercy roll, might have taken some of the Tarp Skunks players out of their rhythm a little bit. And sometimes when you have that one first snowflake, that's when the avalanche can happen.
And yeah, like you said, they felt like they had the game in the bag, but it kind of frazzled them how the Pilots came back and tied the game at 12. But I got to give them credit. They did not let that get into their heads, and they were able to put on 8 in the ninth inning and come back and get the game. Great way on how they were able to find a way to win in those tough situations.
And not only that, but we mentioned the Tarp Skunks pitching. You mentioned Zach McLean, who went a solid 5 innings until just some issues with the defense. And that's always tough to overcome. But the fact that they brought in Joe Santos, who was able to shut things down, only allowed the 1 run to tie the ball game at 12, but that was more on defensive miscommunication than anything based on his pitching. And then, of course, you had bad news for the Newark Pilots when all business Chase Barron came onto the mound for the ninth.
Yeah, bad news, Chase Barron. Like I said before, and like I said in many games, he has solidified himself at being the Tarp Skunk closer, throwing that speed, throwing MLB levels worth of speed on the mound, and just really hard to make contact with, being able to get strikeouts, being able to get out of these tough situations, and good job by him. Even though he did not get the save, he was still able to shut the door on that game.
It may have not been a save in the records book, but it definitely was a save in the not only the morale of this team, but the league's best 11 and 2 record. But you also have to look at some of the hitters for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Grant Moore had a good night yesterday. Blake Herman hit by a couple of pitches. Yet again, we got to put up a GoFundMe to get him some tactical armor or something, because he is a magnet for baseballs. But let's talk about the reigning PGCBL Western Division Offensive Player of the Week, Eric Weeks.
Yeah, Eric Weeks, he has shown, when there are runners in scoring position, he just knows how to put the ball in play and bring everybody across the plate. He has shown to be very clutch in key moments, have shown to be a really good utility player on defense. He has just been really good ever since he got here.
Yeah, Eric Weeks has been on a tear, played in the last 5 games, hitting at a 611 clip during those ball games. He's driven in 6 runs. He's scored 6 runs. He stole 6 bases, including 4 against the last time the Jamestown Tarp Skunks played the Olean Oilers. He is 9th in the league in stolen bases with 9 so far this season. So there's a lot of weapons lining up for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. And speaking of weapons, they're going to have a lot of their weapons in the lineup tonight as they take on the Olean Oilers, who have played the Jamestown Tarp Skunks pretty tough so far this season.
Yeah, against Olean, what they need to do here is just be able to get on base. They have shown that time and time again, being able to get on base, whether that be drawing walks, getting hit by the pitch, or just putting the ball in play. They need to be able to get on base, and that's what they've been doing. That is Tarp Skunks baseball at their best. stomping on the starting pitcher early, getting them out, and forcing the other team to go into their bullpen early. That is what they've shown.
So we'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups for the visiting Olean Oilers before we hit the national anthem. Leading off at the designated hitter, Derek Stout. The second place hitter batting second is going to be Thomas Bates. Aiden Willard will bat third. He is the extra hitter. Antonio Cordero is the catcher. He will bat fourth. Cooper Tarley in right field bats fifth. The first baseman, Christo Hunsicker, will bat sixth. In left field, batting seventh, will be Connor Vercoloni. Aramis Romero, the shortstop, will bat eighth. Aiden Calburn, the third baseman, bats ninth. And rounding out the starting 10, the center fielder, Grant Fournier. They will face for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks Tate Johnson, 1-1 in his fourth appearance with a 7.20 ERA in 10 innings pitched, 11 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts on the season. And his last 2 outings have actually been pretty good. We'll see if he can make it that 5 innings that it seems like Joe Riedebach has allowed his starting pitchers to do. We'll get to that in a little bit, but we're going to step away for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and kneel, remove your caps, and sing along if you like, as North America with the playing of the national anthem.
All right, so we are set for baseball here at Russell E. Diethrich Park. 69 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, breeze blowing out to center at about 5 to 7 miles an hour. And for those of you that have been accustomed to the Tarp Skunks broadcast so far this season, we're going to have to do things a little bit differently. Having a little bit of equipment issue as some of the rain came in and shorted out my mic mixer. So we're having to use a backup mixer. So you're going to hear me for the first, second, and ninth inning. Jalen Ferguson will be flying solo for innings 3, 4, and 5. And Matty Cheese is going to pick up 3 innings, 6, 7, and 8. So a little bit of a showcase for Jalen. Give him an opportunity to show his stuff, as he's really progressed so far in his first full season here with the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Let's give you the defensive alignment for the Tarp Skunks. It's going to be Dumas, Moore, and Bremner from left to right. Third to first is Jordan Herman Enders and JRC, Joaquin Rodriguez Costa. Behind the dish is Heath Fetchick. And on the mound, as we mentioned, Tate Johnson, 1-1. His fourth start, fourth appearance, 7.2 ERA in 10 innings pitched. But don't let that 7.2 ERA fool you. Most of that came in his first appearance. His last few have been pretty much lights out. And we'll see how he does here against the Olean Oilers, leading off with Stout, Bates, and Willard. I'd like to remind you that we do have 2 more home games coming up back-to-back tomorrow and Friday. Tomorrow is going to be a big one presented by Live CHQ. It is First Responders Night. You're going to want to come out and thank the first responders that make the Jamestown community safe for everybody. That's going to be a fantastic ball game. And we are set for baseball here tonight, live from Diethrich Park. as Derek Stout steps up to the plate. He will lead off for the 6-5 Olean Oilers, who after a tough 1-3 start against Jamestown, really started to pick it up here lately. And Tate Johnson's first pitch is fouled back, and it's quickly 0-1. First pitch right at 6:30. That never happens. So here we go, 0-1. Stout waiting. There's another foul at the plate, quickly 0-2, and Johnson seems to have been working on his location because he has been in the zone with the first two pitches of the game. Bates on deck. Nobody out, just underway here in Jamestown. As Johnson gets set for the 0-2. Breaking ball, ooh, just misses for a ball. 1-2, that was a good take. For Stout coming in, batting .360 on the season. 7 for 25, or make that 9 for 25. He's got a double and a triple. That one misses for a ball. 2-2. 16 RBIs for the Ironbacks. So definitely RBI leader here. 2-2 the count. That one, not sure if he swung on a miss or it was called strike three, but it's a strikeout nonetheless. Stott goes down, and quickly, there's one away, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Thomas Bates. Bates standing in. Right-handed hitter, batting .345 on the early season. 10 hits, 7 RBIs. And the first pitch. That one's on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Bremen are playing a little shallow and right. Rest of the outfield straight away. Infield at normal depth. As Johnson kicks and throws. Swing and a miss. And Johnson's bringing it here so far tonight. He's thrown 7 pitches so far, 5 for strikes. Comes set. The 0-2. There's a fly ball out to center field. Moore on his horse reaches over and makes the catch for out number 2. Moore had a difficult time with that one, trying to track it down as it was tailing away from him, but he was finally able to catch up with it. Second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Aiden Willard. For Willard, this appears to be his... No. 5th game of the season. .375 average. Does have 2 RBIs. And the first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Johnson out of the stretch, kicks and throws again. That one on the inside corner for a called strike, and we are at 1-1. Tomorrow, the Niagara Falls Americans come in. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2, and then the Niagara Ironbacks on Friday. Batavia will be in for their first visit of the year next Thursday. That's going to be a community buyout night. You're going to want to come on down, free admission. As the 1-2 in the dirt goes 2-2. I believe it's a buyout night again tomorrow as well. So tomorrow and then next Thursday, buyout nights. Absolutely no excuse for you not to come out to the ballpark and support your Jamestown Tarp Skunks. As the 2-2 pitch comes in, there's a pop-up into left field. Dumas settling under it easily, and quickly the side retired. Nothing doing for the Oilers. As it goes 1-2-3, we head to the bottom of the first inning. Olean nothing, and the Tarp Skunks coming to bat. No scores. We go to the bottom of the first inning as the Tarp Skunks will get ready to send up their lineup. Let's give you the starting lineup real quick. It's going to be Grant Moore leading off. Heath Fetchick behind the dish will bat second. The designated hitter Eric Weeks bats third. Blake Herman at short will bat fourth. Batting fifth, the third baseman Caleb Jordan. Jackson Enders batting sixth at second base. Justin Bremner, the right fielder, will bat seventh. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa will bat eighth at first base. The extra hitter Anthony Traumer and the left fielder Matthew Dumas will bat 10th. On the mound for the Oilers is Brady Burdine. This is going to be his third start, third appearance. Comes in with a 1-1 record, a 9.0 ERA in 8 innings pitched, 13 hits, 8 earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And he's going to be facing a very tough Tarp Skunks hitter who gets on base via the walk quite a bit. It's Grant Moore. So Moore settling in. Left-handed hitter. And he's been tearing it up here as of late. First pitch fouled at the plate. Quickly 0-1. For Moore coming into this game, batting .425 on the season. 9 RBIs. Takes that one low for a ball, 1-1. Heath Fetchick on deck. And you have to think that the Tarp Skunks would like to open up early here. I think they have scored first in 8 of their first 12 ball games. I'd have to go back and double check that. I know it's a lot. That one's up high. 2-1. As a matter of fact, the only, Niagara and I think Batavia are actually the only 2 teams that have scored first against them. So make that 9 of 11. 2-1 pitch way outside, 3-1. Grant Moore is working himself into a great hitter's count here. No score, bottom of the first inning. 3-1, and the pitch. That one catches the zone, 3-2. And Grant Moore doing a great job as the leadoff hitter, giving the guys behind him an opportunity to see what Brady Burdine is throwing here today. It's Burdine from the line, kicks and throws. There's a ground ball too short, picked up by Romero. Throw on to first, just in time for the first out of the inning. And Moore goes down. 6-3 on the putout, and that's going to bring up Heath Fetchick. for Fetchick, batting .276 on the season. He's got 2 doubles, 7 RBIs. Those 2 doubles came the other night here against the Niagara Ironbacks. First pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count. Skunks putting up 20 runs last night. That is the most I have seen in my 3 years. Check swing, appeal down to first, and no swing is the ruling. Olean bench disagreeing vehemently. And the 1-1, that one at the knees for a strike, 1-2. Fetchick has a little bit of a caveman build. Stands in there, that club just slung over his shoulder, waiting. And the pitch. That one misses out, 2-2. Eric Weeks on deck. Reigning PGCBL Offensive Player of the Week waits in the wings. And that is a swing and a miss. And that is 2 out. So with 2 down, Eric Weeks stands in. Now, what a week he has had. 5 games started, .611 batting average, 6 runs, 6 RBIs, 6 stolen bases, 4 of those against these same Olean Oilers just a few days ago. First pitch he sees way out of the plate, 0-1. Swinging the Fernando Tatis model bat. I was talking to him about it before the game as that one's fouled back. You know, we were talking about the differences in baseball bats between, 30 years ago and today. And one of the things that I've noticed is that on more modern baseball bats, you don't get as much head drag when you're swinging the bat. Weight seems to be more evenly distributed than back in the day, as that one's down in for a ball. 2-1. Now, back in my day, there comes the old man voice. It's when they had the big old Easton bats that felt like you were swinging more of a sledgehammer than a baseball bat. Technology has definitely eclipsed what anyone thought when it comes to baseball. There's a drive into the gap in right center field. It's going to be a long run for Tarley. He leaps and makes the catch to rob Eric Weeks of extra bases. Nothing doing for the Tarp Skunks. 1, 2, 3. They go down. We go to the bottom or the top of the second inning. Still no score. No score as we go to the top of the second inning. For the Oilers, it will be Antonio Cordero Cooper Tarley and Christo Hunsiker. 4-5-6 due up facing Tate Johnson. Would like to remind you again, tomorrow, First Responders Night here at the ballpark. Free admission presented by Live CHQ. Cordero stands in, wearing the number 52. And the first pitch from Johnson misses for a ball, 1-0. Tate had a pretty economical first inning. We'll see how he handles the second here as Cordero stands in. And that one just misses for a ball, and it's 2-0. There is some rain expected in the forecast a little bit later on tonight. However, it is not supposed to affect this ball game. We will hope that it does not. 2-0. That one misses 3-0. We'll give you the scores of other games happening in just a few moments. 3-0 to Cordero. That one catches the inside corner for a strike. 3-1 the count. Actually, go ahead and tell you right now, the Geneva Red Wings at the Newark Pilots. 1-0, the Red Wings with the lead. That one in the bottom of the first inning. The Niagara Ironbacks have a 3-0 lead over the Niagara Falls Americans. That one in the top of the third as there's a rope down the left field line, hooking foul. And that one might have hit the Blue Meanie out there had that been pulled straight. The game I think everybody's looking at tonight, Auburn at Batavia, no score, bottom of the first inning. We'll keep you updated on that one as well as Cordero works himself into a 3-2 count. Johnson out of the stretch, the pitch. There's another bomb out to left, but that's going to go out into the Skunks bullpen. Or no, that cleared the fence. That might have gotten out of here. So Johnson has to be a little more careful. Cordero seems to be all over his breaking stuff here. See if Johnson can come in with a challenge fastball. 3-2. And the pitch. Outside. And he lost him. First walk, first base runner of the game for the Oilers. And that's going to bring up Cooper Tarley. Tarley robbing Weeks of at least a double. Back in the bottom of the first inning, had to go a long way on his horse and make a leaping catch on the run to snag what would have been possibly a triple, because that was heading toward the 414 mark. So now Tarley stands in. Johnson kicks and throws, swing and a miss, 0-1. For Cooper Tarley, batting .333. He's got one double, one homer, 6 RBIs on the season. So he's got some power. And that one missing for a ball, and the count goes even at 1 apiece. Nice cool day for baseball. Breeze kicking out to center, a little bit out to right. As there's a fly ball out to left field, Dumas camped under it, makes the catch for the first out. As Christo Hunsiker stands in. Hunsiker, the last couple times he's played against the Tarp Skunks, has been either in a DH or EH role, playing first base tonight. Batting .294. Does also have a home run, 2 RBIs. So some power here. First pitch in the dirt for a ball. And it is 1-0. Johnson comes set. Snapback thrower to first, and not in time. As it's 2-0. Now, it's something the Skunks have been doing a lot more this season is those snapback throws to third and first on the corners after the pitch. (2-0) in the dirt. Goes to 3-0, and Johnson, who had the strike zone locked in the first inning, seems to be a little bit all over the place here in the top of the second inning. We'll see if he can lock it down and figure it out. And does right there. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Count goes 3-1. Connor Vercoloni on deck. So 3-1. That one's fouled back and out of play. And Johnson started off this at bat 3-0, has worked his way into a full count, 3-2. We'll see if he can get Hunsicker here. Johnson snap over to first and Tartley back, or make that Cordero back with ease. Still 3-2. And the pitch. Swinging. There's a drive to left field. That one's way foul. And out of play. We'll do 3-2 all over again. Now for Johnson coming in with a 101 record, 7.20 ERA. Again, most of those runs came in his first start of the season. Since then, he's quieted it down a bit. 3-2, swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Hunsicker. 2 down. And that will bring up the left fielder, Connor Vercoloni. Second strikeout for Johnson in this game. He struck out Stout to start the ball game. As Vercoloni steps in. Right-handed hitter. Waits, and the first pitch fouled off at the plate. And it goes to 0-1. For Vercoloni, having a rough start to the season, batting .150 on the season. 3 hits out of 20 at-bats. Does have 4 RBIs on the season. And the 0-1 breaking ball pops straight up first base side. Calling for it is Enders, and he puts it away for the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left. Via the walk, we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It is no score. There we go. That's a good comeback. You like to see it. Bottom of the second inning here at Diethrich Park. No score between the Oilers and the Tarp Skunks. Blake Herman, Caleb Jordan, and Jackson Enders due up here. They will face Brady Burdine, who was very efficient, 1-2-3, back in the first inning with a couple of strikeouts, and Blake Herman stands in. For Herman, up there in the team lead for RBIs, but also up there in hit by pitch, as there's a line drive up the middle, and that is a base hit, first hit of the ball game. And Blake Herman not wasting any time. Probably didn't want to give Burdine another chance to throw another pitch to him. 2 hit by pitch yesterday. In the last game, you got hit at least once, maybe twice. Seems to be a magnet for baseballs. As Caleb Jordan stands in. Jordan definitely due here. Left-handed hitter takes the first pitch for a ball, and it's 1-0. Jordan 184 on the season. That one misses outside for a ball. It's 2-0. He does have 10 RBIs on the season. 7 hits. He has scored 10 runs. 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. As that one goes outside, 2-1. Or make it 3-0. My man, I gave Caleb a strike he didn't actually earn. So 3-0 to Burdine, from Burdine to Caleb Jordan, and the pitch. That one outside for a ball and a 4-pitch walk. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out for the Tarp Skunks second baseman, Jackson Enders. As a quick conference out to the mound. For Enders, he started off a little slow, but has picked it up as of late. Got his average up to 217. He's got a double and an RBI. Has an opportunity to drive in one here. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Here on a overcast, cloudy night here. Cool at Diethrich Park. 69 degrees right now. As Burdine kicks and throws. First pitch. That one outside for a ball. 1-0. And this is a little bit of a difference from the top of the second inning to the bottom, where Tate Johnson would go 3-0, but able to fight back. Burdine so far a hit and a 4-pitch walk. 5th ball in a row. Now he finds the strike zone. 1-1. Herman taking a pretty conservative lead off of second base. Not much coverage by Bates. Now a little bit of dancing. And that one misses for a ball. 2-1. That's one thing Blake Herman's been very good, especially. A lot of the Tarp Skunks base runners have been good at it, but Blake Herman especially. When the pitcher gets into his set, starts looking back and then looking into the batter getting ready to throw, he starts dancing around. It's got to be in the back of his mind a little bit. As there's a ground ball 2 short. That could be 2. Step on the back for 1. Throw on to first. A double play. Blake Herman moving over to third. And so the Tarp Skunks will have the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but with 2 out. That's going to bring up Justin Bremner. 6-3 on the putout, as Romero was able to field it, step on the bag himself. And for Bremner, He takes the first pitch he sees up for a ball, 1-0. Very dangerous right-handed hitter with power. Jacked one out of here during BP. Comes in 231, but he came in a little bit late, so a little bit behind everybody else as far as at-bats. There's a drive down the right field line, hooking foul into the Oilers bullpen. Thought that might have been headed to the Lafayette corners. So now 1-1. Runner at third. Bremner digging in. Berdine with a long look in. And Herman scampers down the line about 20 feet and forces Berdine to step off. And again, it's that distraction ploy. As the 1-1 pitch misses down for a ball, 2-1. And you have to believe Herman's trying to get Berdine really to throw a wild pitch. You know, it'd be nice for Bremner to get one in the zone and drive it out for a base hit, but there's that one on the outside corner, 2-2. I think for Blake Herman, I think he would consider it a personal victory if he was able to force Berdine to throw a wild pitch and able to score on it. So here we go, 2-2, 2 out. Bottom of the second inning. Herman 90 feet away, and the pitch. That one, ooh, a stone cold take by Justin Bremner. That one just missing off the plate. And the count goes full here. So Bremner will be looking for something here close to the plate. Herman's going to steal for home. The throw in, and he is out. Well, Herman got caught trying to steal home. Bremner will be the batter in the top of the third inning. We're going to step away. No score between the Oilers and the Skunks. As we go to the top of the third inning, Jamestown and Olean knotted up at 0 apiece. It'll be 8, 9, 10. Romero, Cowburn, and Fournier. And here to take you through the next 3 innings, all by his lonesome, it's Jalen Ferguson.
The captain has the con now.
Captain?
Not really captain.
All right, Lieutenant.
So to start it off will be Aramis Romero up against Tate. To start it off here at the top of the third, it is still 0-0. Tarp Skunks with 1 hit. And the Olean Oilers are due for a hit. It's the first pitch. And that one is fouled on the right side. So it is 0-1 the count. And Tate looking to put on another 0. Hopefully he can do that. The 0-1 to Romero. Again, that one is fouled behind the plate. And Romero's making a lot of contact on these pitches here. But now Tate finds himself ahead of the count 0-2. So one pitch can get him out of this. As the 0-2. And that one is driven out to left. And that is caught by Dumas. And he's going to make the first out via the fly ball to left. And that's going to bring up Grant Fournier. Very impressive how Dumas was able to make the play, the running play on that catch. So now there's going to bring up Grant, the center fielder. So they have one out. So that one is in the dirt for a ball. Good job by Fetchick being able to block it. 1-0 the count to Grant Fournier. Middle infielders on the outfield grass. As that one is driven out to left center field, Grant Moore. But Dumas able to make another catch. He's getting some work out here. 2 outs via fly balls to left field. It's Grant Fournier now. So it's 2 gone. I'm still trying to figure out who just hit. As the first pitch was a strike. 0-1 the count to Grant Fournier. That was Calburn. Okay, that was Calburn. Okay, that was my fault. That one misses the zone. 1-1 the count. Calburn was the one that flew out to left on the last play. So now that brings up Grant Fournier. So 1-1. And that one misses for a ball. 2-1. I don't know if that hit him, but it didn't look like it did, so it's 2-1 the count. With 2 outs. And a swing and a miss by Grant Fournier. And so now it is an even count at 2. And Tate Johnson wants to get out of this inning pretty quickly. Hopefully this next pitch he is able to do that. So 2-2. That one misses outside. Now the count is full, 3-2. So 3-2 to the center fielder. As that one is driven out. That one is dying. And Dumas getting all 3 outs. The Oilers go down 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is still a 0-0 ball game. Here we are, bottom of the third. It is still 0-0. 7, 8, 9 due up. Bremner, JRC, and Anthony Traumer. So Justin Bremner will get another chance. That last at bat did not count via Blake Herman trying to steal home. You know, I gotta say, that is Blake Herman aggressiveness. I do get to admire it. But now, Justin Bremner, part of the Canisius core, I like to call them, as that one is flying out to right field. Tarley makes the catch for the out, and so on one pitch, and Justin Bremner is down. That's going to bring up the first baseman, JRC. So with JRC up to bat, the 0-0, as that one fouled on the left side. So now he's quickly behind 0-1. And again, this game is going pretty fast. We usually see a lot of runs being scored within the first 3 frames, but it's still a 0-0 ball game. That one is in the dirt. 1-1 the count. You know, the Tarp Skunks, how they like to attack and how they are able to pounce on the starting pitcher. Still trying to get a good sense of how he's pitching. It's the 1-1. That one is in there for a strike, 1-2. And JRC, he has that power. If there's anybody who could pull it down the right field line, it could be him. The 1-2 to JRC. And that one popped up. And that's in play. And that one is fouled. That one was hooking. And both Calburn, Vercoloni, and Romero were all on their horse trying to get that one. So the count will remain 1-2 for JRC. Still 0-0. Count remain at 1-2. Swing and a miss by JRC, and he goes down on strikes. And so now it is 2 gone. That's going to bring up Anthony Traumer. Anthony Traumer, usually in the outfield. This time he is going to be the extra hitter for the Tarp Skunks. So with 2 gone, let's see how Anthony Traumer does on his first at-bat, as that one's fouled right behind us, onto the right side of the press box. Now, a lot of these balls have been hitting the press box in recent games. So 0-1 the count. That one misses. It's 1-1. When we talk about speed on the base path, this part of the lineup here, the bottom going all the way to the top, they have some remarkable speed. That one, same spot, misses. 2-1. Anthony Traumer is ahead in the count. And one thing about Traumer is that he is still able to draw on walks, even though he is due for a hit, but he can still get on base. That one is in the dirt. 3-1. And again, being able to draw a walk and also get on base, he also got that speed. He can steal bases as well. So 3-1 to Anthony Traumer. And an appeal to first. No, he did not swing. And so that will be a walk for Anthony Traumer. And that is going to bring up Matthew Dumas. And Matthew Dumas, in that last inning, the top of the third, getting all 3 outs. All 3 outs were F7s. So, let's see how he does with the bat in his hands for his first at bat. And that lays down a bunt, and that one fouled, and that was a high foul off that bunt. Almost was at the window next to us. That one. So now the count is 0-1. And Grant Moore on deck with Anthony Trummer at first. So on the count. That one is inside for a ball. 1-1 the count. And as I'm looking at first, how Christo Hunsaker is covering the bag. He's not covering the bag. Throw over the first. It's not time. So Anthony Trummer's in there safely. Like I was saying, not really covering the bag like you would usually see a first baseman cover it. But he was able to make that catch on the snap throw to first. And so 1-1. That one is a ground ball to Bates. Bates on the Hunsaker. And that one is in time. And so they get out of the inning. So with no hits, 1 left on, we go to the top of the 4th. It is still 0-0. Here we are here in the top of the 4th, still 0-0. Top of the lineup for the Oilers as it is Stout, Bates, and Willard due up. And leading off for the Oilers is the leadoff hitter, Derek Stout.
And I think I figured out the microphone. I might actually be able to get in and do some color commentary for both of you guys here.
Actually, thank you, because you can get the stats easier.
I can get the stats. I can ignore the stats. I can do whatever I want. It's the advantage of being MacGyver.
Swing and a miss by Derek Stout. And so now it is 0-1 the count. You know, I think the key to this game is defense. It's been very routine play-esque. That one misses. 1-1 the count.
You know, after last night, I think everyone involved here will take it.
I definitely would take it. You know, fouled behind the plate. You know, tough games like that. As you're watching, you know, it's not when you're a fan watching it, you get a little bit of anxiety. You want your team to win.
It does take a lot out of you, you know, as a fan, as an announcer, as what have you.
And he held up, so that's going to be ball 2-2.
A nice steady flow to this game so far. We're not even an hour in. We're in the top of the 4th inning.
We could have all used a game like this. 2-2.
Ooh.
That one is up And in for a ball, 3-2.
Buzzing the tower a little bit. That's just indicative of a fastball that left the grip a little bit too early.
You know, you got the mic situation going, but it's pretty good to get an inning in by myself.
Yeah, I can go away if you want.
Well, no, I know what I need to work on is that one is in the dirt for ball 4, and so Derek Stout gets on base.
Only the second base runner for the Oilers, both of them coming via the walk.
So that'll bring up Thomas Bates as he flew out to center field in his last at-bat. So with no outs, 1 on, that one off speed but misses, 1-0.
And I think Tate might be happy that one actually missed where it did. If it had missed over the plate, hanging breaking ball like that looks like a beach ball to these hitters.
As that one is driven out to center field for a base hit. So now, 1 on second and first, or first and second now. That's going to bring up the extra hitter, Aiden Willard.
First hit for the Oilers took him till the 4th inning to get it.
Still impressive by Tate being able to minimize his pitches. But now hopefully he can get out of this situation. Swing and a miss by Willard, and so now it is 0-1 the count. Middle infielders in for the double play possibility. 0-1 to Willard. And that one driven out to center field. Grant Moore ranging back to the warning track, makes the catch. And Thomas Bates is going to stay where he is. Derek Stout is going to tag and go to third. And so now it is runners at first and third.
Yeah, Grant had to go a long way back. A lot of that with his back to the ball. And at the warning track, able to reach up, make the catch. Now the Oilers, though, first and third, 1 out. They've got a runner 90 feet away, but a double play possibility presenting itself here.
So that's going to bring in Antonio Cordero as he walked in his last at-bat, so he still doesn't have a recorded at-bat. That one misses for a ball. 1-0.
Cordero not actually listed on the stat sheet. I believe this might be his first game with the team.
Must be new. I definitely haven't seen that name before. That one's fouled behind us into the concourse area.
Which, again, also is the nature of this league. Remember, well, you might not remember, but last year, Ben Slanker, he came in about a week or so late and really started to tear things up. Now, he hit a home run last night in the Cape Cod League.
Snap through the first 9 time. Like you said, that's the thing with this game. Players coming and going. Still, like you say, you still get new players even towards the middle of the season.
We've seen some late season additions as well.
That one is in the dirt, 2-1. So Stout at third. Thomas Bates at first. And Cordero at the plate. That one's in the dirt. Good block by Heath Fetchick. And nobody's going. And Heath got a good block, but that still got away from him just a little bit. He was still able to keep it in front of him.
Yeah, Johnson now at the 53 pitch count. This next one will be 54 on the game.
No action in the bullpens. So 3-1 to Antonio Cordero. And a runner going, fouled just over the press box. And so now it is a full count. And Bates was going on that last play, but that foul ball stopped him. And so now he goes back to first.
And you have to think that was definitely a hit and run to try to keep the Oilers out of a double play in case of a ground ball.
So 3-2. That one is hit straight to Enders, and he's going to make the play. And so just like that, there are 2 gone. There are runners at first and third. And that's going to bring up Cooper Tarley. You know, what was your turn? Like I said about Cooper Tarley being on his horse, being able to make that catch in right field. If you remember, he made an excellent diving catch in right field before, too.
Yeah, he's a lot of talent out there in right field.
So the 0-0 to Tarley. That one in the dirt. Heath Fetchick keeping it in front. No runners are going. So now it is 1-0 the count.
You know, going back to that line drive to Enders, I give him a lot of credit for not trying to force a throw to either base. He may have had a play at first for a double play, but at this point in a very tight ball game, no point in taking a chance on less than a 50-50 play.
So 1-0. That one misses. 2-0.
And we talked about the Tarp Skunks having to win the ball game yesterday after a 12-2 lead evaporated to a 12-12 tie late in the game.
As that one swung out. Oh, and Herman couldn't make the catch. 1 run is going to score. And so it is 1-0 as Cooper Tarley gets an RBI base hit. And so that's going to bring in Christo Huntsicker. That's some good athleticism by Blake Herman. He just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, just out of his reach, but an incredible effort on his part to try to snag that. Now Olean with 2 hits in the inning, driven in 1. Only the 3rd time this season that the opponents have scored first.
That one is in there for a strike. 0-1. And Christo Huntsicker, he struck out in his last at-bat. So 0-1 to Huntsicker, and that one is in there for a strike. 0-2, and Tate wants to get out of this following the RBI base hit from Tarley.
I'll tell you, Batavia has a 3-0 lead over Auburn. Not too mad about that right now.
That one misses. 1-2.
You know, Auburn's been feasting on Geneva and Newark. And when they have to play like the Niagara Falls or Elmira or Batavia, they're not putting up the kind of offense they do against Geneva and Newark. So these losses very important.
That one driven out to left. And that one gets over Dumas. 1 run is going to score. And another one, throw to the plate, not in time. And so the Oilers take a 3-0 lead off of the double from Christo Huntsicker.
And having a little bit of flashbacks the other night when the Ironbacks put up 3 and the Tarp Skunks had to fight back, kind of a similar situation here. Still no action in the Tarp Skunks bullpen.
And I don't think there should be, because it's not like he's not throwing strikes. It's just they're starting to hit the ball now. So that's going to bring up Connor Vercoloni. So he popped out to second in his last at bat. So Crystal Hunsaker at second. Jackson Enders covering the bag. Fouled behind the plate.
And for Tate Johnson, he really needs to dig down deep here and shut the door to keep anything else from coming across.
So 1-1 to Connor Vercoloni. That one in there for a strike. 1-2. Aramis Romero is on deck. So 1-2. Driven in the left center field. Dumas on the run makes the catch for the out. So with a couple of hits, 3-run score, we go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 3-0 Oilers. Three to nothing here in the bottom of the fourth. Oilers are up. And that's going to bring up the top of the order, Grant Moore, Heath Fetchick, and Eric Weeks. And hopefully the Tarp Skunks are able to answer back on this 3-0 lead.
Well, Berdine's already at 37 pitches as Tino Masson warming up in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. That might be the end of the day for Johnson, and if it is, still a pretty good outing.
Swing and a miss by Grant Moore, and so now it is 0-1. You know, like you said, Tate Johnson didn't really have a bad outing. He's throwing strikes. Is that one driven out to her left center field? That one diving catch. Or no. Yeah, that was a diving catch. He is out. Good effort by Grant Fournier.
A much delayed call. And I commend Fournier for the diving catch.
Well, that's going to bring up the catcher, Heath Fetchick. And like I said, you got to commend the outfield athleticism. That one is in the dirt for a ball. 1-0 the count to Heath Fetchick.
Where the Tarp Skunks really need to focus on is just getting runners on base, trying to move the line.
That one is in there for a strike, 1-1. And yeah, like I said before in the pregame, it was all about getting on base any way, shape, or form. I thought they would be able to jump and pounce on Burdine. And that's swinging a drive deep out to left. But Vercoloni gets under it and makes the catch for the out. And so now it is quickly 2 away. And that's going to bring up Eric Weeks.
And you go back to Blake Herman trying to steal home back in the second inning. You wonder if he hadn't tried to do that, what would have been the result to Bremner, who was on a 3-2 count? And how much did that change the dynamic of this ball game at this point?
That's going to bring up Eric Weeks. And yeah, I mean, they kind of needed that base runner. That one in the dirt for a ball. 1-0.
Weeks robbed of extra bases back in the bottom of the first inning by Cooper Tarley. Great running, leaping grab.
That one catches the zone for a strike. 1-1 the count. You know, Cooper Tarley, like I said, has shown his athleticism against the Tarp Skunks in multiple different games. So 1-1. That one outside for a ball. 2-1. Blake Herman on deck. And with Eric Weeks at the plate. That one in the zone for a strike. 2-2 to Eric Weeks.
So the Tarp Skunks in danger of going out here quickly. Berdeen's been spinning a gem here so far, holding the Skunks to just one hit, couple walks.
That one, ooh, that was close, but no. 3-2 to Eric Weeks. And one thing Eric Weeks is good at is getting on base, driving in runs, drawing walks, too. That one, ground ball to Bates, throws on to Hunsicker, close play, but no, does not get it. Tarp Skunks go down 1-2-3. We head to the top of the fifth. It is still 3-0.
New Jamestown Tarp Skunks pitcher is Tino Masson. He comes in his fifth appearance. He has a 4-0 record, 2.7 ERA in 10 innings pitched. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 6 walks, 12 strikeouts, and batters are hitting a paltry 156 against him. He's going to face the bottom of the order, Romero, Cowburn, and Fournier, and back behind the microphone, and I think I'm going to let him do it on his own this inning, is Jalen Ferguson.
As Dre just muted his mic, so I am going to take it over here. You guys get to listen to me. So Tino Masson to be the new pitcher for the Tarp Skunks. And first batter for the Oilers to start out the top of the fifth. It is going to be Aramis Romero. And Tino has worked to be really good in the middle of the pitching order, as that one misses for a ball. What another count. You know, Tino Masson, he's shown that he can get out of a jam. As that one driven out to left center field, Grant Moore on his horse makes the catch all the way out there. And just like that, Ramis Romero is retired, and that's going to bring up Aiden Calburn. And Grant Moore, he covered a lot of grass on that catch, almost in the vicinity of Matthew Dumas. But good job. Great speed. So now here comes the third baseman, Aiden Calburn. And he flew out to Dumas in that one inning where Dumas got all that work. Shows bunt and pulls back. It's for a ball. So 1-0. And Caleb Jordan, almost even with the grass. 1-0. That one catches the zone. 1-1 the count. So it's even. And Tino Masson. That one misses for a ball. 2-1. The 2-1. That one catches the zone, and now the count is even again at 2 apiece. Grant Fournier is on deck. And that one fouled on the right side. So we'll do 2-2 again. The Oilers have 3 hits in the ball game. Tarp Skunks got 1. You know, you usually see the Tarp Skunks with more runs than they do hits. But now, that one is fouled at the plate. But now the Oilers are the team that have equal amount of runs as they do hits. So they're going to do 2-2 once again. You know, it's got to be a little frustrating when you're trying to get out. When you're trying to get out of this at bat, but the hitter refuses to fight or refuses to stay down. As we're going to do 2-2 once again for the third time. And I remember when it was Colin Pence who was trying to get out of the inning, but he had that one batter that fought to the very end. That one is down in the dirt. 3-2 the count. So with a full count here, let's see how Tino Masson can get the put out here. Swing and a miss, and he gets out of it. And so now it is 2 gone. And we go to the bottom of the lineup. It is Grant Fournier. I get confused with that. I mean, usually when it's Grant, you usually say Grant Moore, but now it's Grant Fournier. So the 0-0 to Grant Fournier. That one misses for a ball. Action in the Olean bullpen. We're going to get a number on him shortly. Just a little bit of warming up there. 1-0. That one popped up. Matthew Dumas coming in. Gets under it, makes the catch for the out. And the Olean Oilers go down 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is still 3-0. here we are at the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Blake Herman, Caleb Jordan, Jackson Enders, the 3 up. And they really need to start some momentum here. Only got 1 hit in 4 innings. And that is something that you usually don't see. But hopefully Blake Herman, who has shown to be momentum starters time and time again, can start up some momentum here, as he will lead it off. That's at the bottom of the 5th. That one misses for a ball. 1-0. You know, we talk about how the Skunks are leading the team in hit by pitches. Blake Herman, I want to say single-handedly. Well, that one is driven out. And a sliding catch by Vercoloni. And just like that, Blake Herman is sat down. And that's going to bring up Caleb Jordan. You know, before that swing, I did want to say that Blake Herman is almost leading the team by double digits when it comes to hit by pitches. It's almost every game he gets hit by the pitch. But that's going to bring up Caleb Jordan. That one in there for a strike. 0-1 the count.
The Tarp Skunks have been hit 32 times by pitches. Blake Herman, 11.
So that goes to tell you that Blake Herman is almost single-handedly doing it. Well, not almost single-handedly doing it. As that one misses for a ball, 1-1. Not single-handedly doing it, but he is leading the team in hit by pitches by a good margin. So 1-1. That one misses for a ball. 2-1 the count. And Caleb Jordan would like to get something started here. 2-1. That one driven out to left field. And that one is fouled down the left side. And so now it is 2-2 the count. Well, the Tarp Skunks don't want to do. They don't want to go another inning hitless. That one misses. And so now it was a full count to Caleb Jordan. Jackson Enders is on deck. He will get an opportunity. 3-2. Swing and a miss by Caleb Jordan, and he gets down on strikes. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Jackson Enders. So Jackson Enders, he grounded into a double play. So with 2 outs, nobody on. See how he delivers here. As the 0-0 pitch to Jackson Enders. That one in the dirt for a ball. 1-0 the count. And this could possibly be Burdine's last inning. I'm not too sure. But Olean does have an arm in the bullpen right now. So 1-0 to Enders. Swing and a miss by Enders. So now it is 1-1 the count. So what a 1-1 count. Let's see what he does. That one is in the dirt for a ball. 2-1. And you know, I gotta say, even though they only got 1 hit, how they are able to run up the at bat, making it full or making it even. They are able to run up the pitch count. That one is up and away for a ball. 3-0 or 3-1 the count. Justin Bremner is on deck. Could have an opportunity if Jackson Enders get on base. So 3-1. That one driven out to right field. Tarley under it makes the catch for the out. Tarp Skunks go down 1-2-3. Next inning, top of the 6th, we're going to bring in Matty G after this.
As we head to the top of the 6th inning, Oilers with a 3-0 lead over the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Tino Masson back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. He will face the top of the order in Derek Stout, Thomas Bates, and Aiden Willard. And back to the microphone for the first time in a couple of years. Prepare yourself. It's Matty G.
Yo, prepare yourself. What do you mean prepare yourself?
You heard me.
It feels good to be back. First pitch by Tino Masson at the knees, called strike on Derek. You know, he's over 1 right now, okay, with a walk. He did score in that 3rd inning, the only inning that has seen any sort of run action so far today, as that pitch is low and away for ball 1. You know, I gotta say, I've been keeping track of a lot of these Tarp Skunks games, and this is a completely different team, in my opinion, as the count now goes to 1-2. Like, you just look at yesterday, 20-12 against the Newark Pilots, and now they only have 1 hit today. That is definitely like, they do not have an answer for Berdine right now, and they are running out of time, as that is a swing and a miss. Down goes Derek Stewart, as that was, he tried to swing out of his own shoes on a 1-2 count. You know, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, on.
You know, you got to get out any way you can. You know, I'm also wondering, you know, did the Tarp Skunks waste some of the runs they could have used here tonight last night?
20-12, definitely. 8 runs in the 9th? Yeah. Baseball is nothing but superstition. As the first pitch to Thomas Bates is in the dirt for ball 1. Thomas Bates is 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd inning. He also scored in that 3-run 4th. As Tino Masson comes set, takes a breath, the 1-0. Line high and deep into left center field, going back and making a diving grab, but couldn't hold on to it, was Dumas, as it will be a stand-up double for Thomas Bates. What an effort by Dumas. He basically jammed his hand as he went into the dirt at the warning track under the Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union sign. Man, I thought he had it.
I thought he had it too, and then I also thought there was a possibility that he might gotten seriously hurt there. He ended up feet overhead, and looks like he is all right. Coach Joe Reedabach going out to check on him real quick, but Dumas waving him off. That was a incredible effort on a very tough ball to play deep in the left center field corner.
He covered so much ground on that. I was about to flip out over here, as like, that's one of my first calls back. Absolutely, I would love that. But here we are, man on second, 1 out for Aiden Willard, as he takes the first pitch high and in for ball 1. Aiden Willard 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. He's flew out to left, he's flew out to center. Can we have a flyout cycle?
You know, we had 3 flyouts to left in the same inning. That's like getting a slot machine jackpot.
As that was a foul tip. 1-1 the count.
We've just been issued a wind advisory. Winds are going to pick up to about 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts to 45 as we get closer to the end of this game. That might have an effect.
The rain has begun, so it is on its way. As Aiden Willard calls time at exactly the right moment, Tino did start his stretch delivery, but the umpires had to hold him off.
Yeah, that's just mind games right there. Trying to get into the head of Masson.
Both teams do a lot of mind games, I will say that. As the 1-1 pitch, off speed, Willard way over top of it with a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, and that breaking ball was, here's your mind game right here. And you have to think, 1-1 count, you're looking something fast.
It's 1-2 count. Thomas Bates leads off a second. The pitch, low and away. 2-2 now. And I will say, Fetchick, my fault. Fetchick does have to be very careful with a low and away pitch like that. He kind of did an Ole glove move. With a runner on second, you need to have a good squeeze game on that glove, as that's another swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Tino Masson, as there are now 2 away. And that will bring up the man I was at fault for not 10 seconds ago, Antonio Cordiero.
Well, it's your first game back.
I got to shake the rust off a little bit.
This is spring training for you. Meanwhile, I'm in the dog days already, and it's only, June 17th?
Something like that. Cordiero 0 for 1. He had a walk his first at-bat, lined out to second his second at-bat, as that is off speed, off the plate, 1-0. As Thomas Bates leads off of second base, definitely doing a lot of dancing over there. However, Jackson Enders and Mr. Herman at short are definitely keeping him honest, holding him close. It's the 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. And if you are Tino Masson, you are definitely thinking you want to get out of the inning right here, right now. You got Cooper Tarley on deck right now, and he is the one that started that 3-run 4th inning. He had the RBI single. And then Hunsinger right after that with an RBI double. But Masson dancing around the plate too much, as that was off the plate. Counts now 3-0. I think he might be paying attention to the runner a little bit too much. He's been looking back there a lot in the stretch and off the mound as well. As the 3-0 delivery on the inside corner. 3-1 count now.
That's one thing I've noticed about Skunks pitching so far this season is that when they do go 3-0, they're like 78% of the time they will come back in and get that gotta have it strike to take it 3-1. And then the complexity and the complexion of the at-bat changes dramatically.
The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. That one off the outside corner of the plate. And that will bring up Cooper Tarley. As I said earlier, he is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And now it's the same situation that he was in back in the 4th inning. Runners on first and second. So Tarley looking for a little bit of deja vu here, just with a different pitcher instead. As Tino comes set. The pitch. Easy called strike one.
Yeah, and I think for Tarley, he's going to show a little patience here, let Masson come into the strike zone. That last at bat, they're having problems finding the zone, going 3-1 before finally walking.
The 0-1. Off speed in the dirt. 1-1 now.
I'd be surprised to see Tarley take the bat off of his shoulder until it gets to a called 2-strike count.
I can go along with that. He's got to learn a new pitcher now. Because he was facing
Tate Johnson earlier, yeah.
Yeah. The 1-1.
Ooh.
Low and away. 2-1 now. I think the rain might also have a bit of an effect right now. Even though it's only light, any amount of rain, any sort of weather change causes a drastic shift in everybody on the field. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Well, it was a 2-1 count, not a 1-2 count. You called it 2 strikes, but 2-2, 2 out now. 2 runners on base.
No, I mean, on a 2-1 count, that does change the dynamic a little bit. It's still not necessarily a choice hitter's count, but it is still a hitter's count nonetheless.
Tino has his pitch, comes set, checks the runner at second. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss! All outs that inning were strikeouts by Tino Masson. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. We will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Score 3-0 Olean. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And it will still be Brady Burdine out on the mound for his 6th inning of work. And like I said last half inning, the Tarp Skunks have had no answer for this gentleman on the mound right now. Only 1 hit through 6 innings. That is practically unheard of from this Tarp Skunks team. They're looking to try and change that right now as they got a little bit of work they got to do as the rain starts to pour. As the first pitch to Justin Bremner popped up, foul territory. Coming in is Hunsiger, and he can't make the grab. A little slip, and he overran it. So Bremner just got a second life, and he better make sure he takes advantage of that. Something along those lines, a slip on foul territory or anything of the sort. As a batter, you basically say, oh, thank goodness. So 0-1 the count. Burdine stands in. Has his pitch. The 0-1. Way inside. 1-1 now. Bremner flew out to right field his first at-bat. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count now. And a little bit of frustration out of Bremner there, as he was absolutely looking to take that 450 down the left field line. Kind of pulled his head with the swing there. And the 1-2 delivery. Foul back. And we'll pretend like that pitch never happened. We'll go 1-2 all over again. How about that? Brady Burdine has definitely been efficient, as he's in his 6 innings of work, and he's only at 63 pitches thus far. You know, the efficiency, 10, 11, 12 pitches an inning, like, that is something that most pitchers strive for. The more efficient you can be, the more rest you can get in between innings. The more rest you can get in between innings, the longer you can go. As the 1-2 pitch, off speed, called strike 3. And Bremner will unfortunately head back to the dugout. And that is the first backwards strikeout on the day today by any pitcher, Skunk or Oiler. That is the first looking strikeout. So this behind the dish umpire really hasn't had a lot of work he's had to do. It's just been in the beginning of the at-bats. And that will bring up Rodriguez Costa. This is a called pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. Speaking of strikeouts, Costa is 0 for 1 with a K thus far. The 0-1. In the dirt. In the dirt off speed, 1-1. You know, a man with this big a frame, you expect him to have a lot of power. The outfield is playing back. And he definitely has the swing for it as he swung out of his own shoes. 1-2 the count. Burdine got what he likes. The delivery. Foul back right underneath us. I don't know if you heard a bit of jostling behind me, but Dre went to duck and cover. I would have protected him if it went this way. That's why I didn't flinch. I wasn't worried. Dre's shaking his head at me. As the 1-2 pitch hit the dirt about 5 feet in front of the plate. And that was some heat. And Burdine is smiling. He knows he overthrew that pitch, but count 2-2 to JRC. JRC Cars. An RC car? You control him as he runs the bases? They did say brace yourself, folks. I'll be here all week. Burdine's got the pitch he likes. The 2-2 delivery. Ground ball, just foul off the first base side. And 2-2 will be repeated. Well, the fans have definitely cleared out. There were quite a few people that were in the bleachers. However, people looking for more shelter from the rain that has begun to fall from the sky. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. The high cheddar at the numbers. And that is the second strikeout on the day for JRC. The second strikeout of the inning for Burdine, and the dominance of the Tarp Skunks continues. And that'll bring up Anthony Trummer. No recorded at-bat thus far for Trummer. Walked his last AB. Looking to extend this inning as much as he can. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. The pitch. Check swing, called strike anyway. Not exactly the pitch that Trummer was looking for. With a wide stance like that, he's looking for more on the inside half of the plate. as that hits Trummer in the back of the head, I think. It sounded like wood. As Trummer has admitted it, talked with the umpire, that was the bat that was made contact with. So after a scary pitch at the head of Anthony Trummer, the count goes to 1-2. And Trummer's heart has got to be racing at this point. I thought that hit him in the back of the skull. But a big break for Berdine on the mound as the count goes to 1-2. We'll see what Trummer does here. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? The answer is no. And the count now goes to 2-2. And there have been a number of check swing calls that have said no. And the Oilers dugout is not happy about it. The 2-2. Check swing. That time he did go around. And that is the third out of the inning. 3 straight strikeouts for Berdine. As no runs, no hits, no one left on base. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Score still 3-0. Top of the 7th inning here at Russell E. Diethrich Jr. Park. Score still 3-0. Tino Masson out for another inning of work. The batting order will be Hunsaker, Vercalone, and Romero for the Olean Oilers. And the Skunks are looking to get a little bit of revenge on this next batter. Christo Hunsaker, 1 for 2 with an RBI double in the 4th inning.
And the best revenge is a bang, bang, bang strikeout. 3 heaters, 3 swing and a misses.
Up, down, see you later. But looking at some of the other games currently, as the first pitch way off speed down the heart of the plate for strike 1, and it looks like the Newark Pilots are on the verge. They're on their way to getting their first win over the Geneva Red Wings. The Newark Pilots are leading 7-5 in the 5th as another off-speed pitch high for ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in that ball game. I wouldn't get too excited if you're Newark because you still have got 4 innings left to go. But hey, you know, being up 7-5, that's not a place they found themselves very often this year.
As that pitch popped up, foul territory, coming in as JRC, but it is out of his reach. Count is 1-2 now.
Get you caught up on the other scores. The Niagara Ironbacks with a 7-5 lead over the Niagara Falls Americans, who will be here tomorrow night. That is in the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-5 Ironbacks with the lead. And the Batavia Muck Dogs with a 3-0 lead over the Auburn Doubledays. That is in the top of the 7th inning, almost mirroring what's happening here.
The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards short, fielded and bobbled by Herman. So it will be a runner on base. A fielding error by Blake Herman. That is something that you seldom see out of the Chautauqua County native, as it is an error single for Hunsaker. And that'll bring up Connor Vergalone. His first pitch, low for ball 1. And Tino definitely showing some frustration off that pitch, but hopefully his mental state will not affect his strength of his pitching. Snap throw over the first, not in time.
I think this is Hunsiger. I think it was Tarley's at first. Unless I'm missing something, which is possible.
Tarley struck out last inning.
Oh, that's right. I missed a walk.
The 2-0. Called strike. 2-1 now. This is why we take notes, folks.
I've been taking notes, just wrong.
What
I'm also doing the job of 3 other people here at the same time.
Another snap throw over to first. But Hunsaker back in time. Nothing doing there. But what was it that you told me off air? Like, what was your rule about being wrong?
I'm never wrong.
Exactly, as that's a foul back. Count now 2-2.
See, I'm glad you were paying attention to the pre-show meeting.
I mean,
that's an improvement from 24 when we never actually had pre-show meetings.
Well, here's the thing, though. It was a pre-show meeting, and you said you were never wrong, but look at that. You were wrong.
No, I wasn't. I was right. I was right that I was wrong. See, that's how it works.
The dynamic is back, folks. We love to see it. As there is action over in the Oilers bullpen, Berdine's night may be over. As Tino comes set, the 2-2 hits Vergalone high on the spine. And that is an HBP. And now there are 2 on and nobody out for Aramis Romero and the rest of the bottom of the Oilers order, as Fetchik will now take a timeout and go have a talk with his pitcher. What do you think Fetchik might be saying to his guy right now?
Dry your hand. You know, there's a little bit of sprinkle coming down, and, you know, that is going to make a little bit of a difference on the grip of the baseball. I think he's just saying, hey, you know, put it out of your mind. You know, it happens. It's part of the game. It wasn't intentional. There's nothing behind it. You know, just you got to lock down now, because this is exactly how the 4th inning started, 2 on, nobody out, and this is where the trouble could come in.
First pitch to Romero, down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Romero 0 for 2 with a flyout to left and a flyout to center. Flyout to right. Bremner, watch your head. The 0-1. Popped up, foul territory. JRC coming in, has room, and he will make the grab for out number 1. And an out like that is absolutely massive for Tino Masson. It's all he needs now is a solid ground ball, easy fieldable by Herman or Enders, or even JRC for that matter. Just an easy ground ball will end the inning as Aiden Cowburn steps up to the plate. 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout thus far.
You know, Blake Herman out there at short would like another chance at a ground ball to turn 2 here and pick up Masson.
As the first pitch, low and away, ball 1. I will say Jordan at third base, playing up on the line of third base, looking for that possible bunt. As Calburn sees the next pitch also low and away. Low speed last time, high speed this time. Results still the same, 2-0.
Yep. And I would say dry the hand. Make sure that that pill is nice and grippable before every pitch here. You don't want something slipping out.
The 2-0. Fouled off. And off the bathrooms, narrowly missing a pack of Badgers.
You know, I'm not doing that this year. I stopped doing that. That was 2024. I don't even have a new thing this year.
I gotta pay homage at a couple.
I mean, I'll take it. I'm just letting you know I'm not doing it. So you can have it all you want. Knock yourself out.
The 2-1 pitch, high, 3-1 now.
It's like they say in Ocean's 13. You know, you don't do the same gag. You do the gag and then you move on.
Making an Ocean's 13 was the same gag over and over. Like, I don't know.
That's I never thought of it that way, but that's beautiful irony right there.
The 3-1 pitch. And that will be ball 4 as Tino has walked the bases loaded for Grant Fournier. And unfortunately, the bases are looking pretty oiled and slicked up as the bases are full of Oilers. I think they struck a oil vein over here at Diethrich.
See, now you're taking my stuff and just trying to twist it. As Joe Riedebach taking the long, slow walk, there is action in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. I don't know if pulling Masson is the right move here or if that is the move. I think he might just be trying to settle him down to get him settled back in the strike zone.
I think he is also looking over at the bullpen. I think he's kind of checking to make sure if they're ready. And that's what's going to happen. This will be all for Tino Masson as Coach Joe has called over to the bullpen. We'll be right back, and we will tell you who's replacing Tino Masson in just a few seconds.
New Tarp Skunks pitcher is number 26, Jack Santee, making his third appearance on the season. No record with a 4.5 ERA, only 2 innings pitched. He's given up 1 hit, 1 run. That was earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. So Santee looking to try to get out of a bases loaded 1-out jam. We'll see if he's able to do it. I'd like to get you caught up with the scores in the rest of the league. Still 7-5 Newark over Geneva, 7-5 the Ironbacks over the Americans, and Batavia still with a 3-0 lead over Auburn. We were talking about beautiful irony, and that's pretty beautiful irony. 2 games in the Western Conference, 3-0 right now, 7-5.
Would you call that irony or would you call that a coincidence? A lot of people get those mixed up.
I will call it irony because I can.
That's also dependent on if you'd be right.
I'm always right. So, I mean, here we go again. We're going to go full circle with this.
And it looks like there is a pinch hitter for Fournier. It's the first pitch by Santi, grounded towards third, diving stop, throw to second, not in time, throw to first, also not in time. I will correct myself. The runner at second is out. It was in time. A double play was attempted, but failed. So a runner does score on the fielder's choice by Jordan. So the score now 4-0 with 2 out and runners on first and third.
That was a great diving play by Jordan over at third. Just not enough time to get the turn 5-4-3 on that one, but
First pitch. And that hits him.
oh
No.
they're going to say it went off the end of the bat.
And here comes the coach to have an argument.
He's not
'Cause-
putting up much of a fight. He just turned around and went back.
Because Derek Stout.
Stout. Yeah.
Oh, because he is stout.
I didn't say that.
Derek Stout did also say that it went off of his elbow guard.
Might have gone off of his elbow guard after it went off the knob of the bat.
Counts now 0-1. Stout 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts thus far. As the 0-1 way high and outside. 1-1 the count.
Give an RBI on that fielder's choice, but the run that came in unearned.
As a pickoff throw by the southpaw. Lefties always crafty on the mound. As I can attest to. Santi comes set. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count.
If I was a little crazier than I normally am, I would actually challenge you. You on the mound, me at the plate, see who would win.
I mean, you are crazy, so... The 1-2, runner goes, popped up in the air, shallow right field. Underneath it is Jackson Enders, and he will make the grab for the last out of the inning. 1 run on an error hit, no hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. Olean extends their lead. It's 4-0.
Will Watson. He's in left.
Yeah. So, what's his name? Watson?
Yeah.
What's his first name? Will.
Yep, and we're live.
So quite a few changes for the Olean Oilers as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. Brady Berdine's night is over after 6 very strong innings of work. He will be replaced by Jake Menendo. And because of the pinch hitter that I mentioned earlier from the top of the inning, the outfield has a couple of changes as well. Verkalone, who is in left field, now moves to center, and replacing him in left field is Will Watson. He was the one who had the fielder's choice single in the top of the 7th. So, Will Watson in left, Verkalone in center. Fournier's night is over as Jake Menendo stands in. His first pitch. High and away, ball 1.
You know, this is where the Tarp Skunks have had some success, where they can get past the starting pitcher and then they can start working on the bullpen here.
So Matthew Dumas stands in, popped up, shallow infield as it is fielded by Romero. F6 for the putout. 1 away. But that does bring up the top of the order, Grant Moore. 0 for 2 thus far. Ground out, fly out in that order.
Little bit of rain falling. It's just more of a very, very light drizzle.
Bunt showed, but it went foul. Thought he was going to challenge the third base side, as Cowburn is not going to learn his lesson. He's not playing in on the grass after the bunt.
I don't think he squares again, though.
The 0-1. Low for ball 1.
So the thing about Grant Moore is he does have speed. He has the ability to bunt. First pitch square around, not a bad idea. Try to get the third baseman sleeping. But if he tries to do it again, he's essentially taking the bat out of his own hands.
The 1-1. Outside off speed, 2-1.
That's something you don't really want to do with one of your big power hitters. He does have power, can hit to the gaps, has a lot of speed. Something into the gap will turn into a triple.
As that pitch was just off the inside corner of the plate. 3-1 the count now to Mr. Moore.
He had a inside the park home run in Niagara Falls.
As that will be ball 4 for Grant Moore. I love it when I'm able to make things rhyme. Just call me Mr. Seuss.
I'm definitely not calling you doctor.
I don't think I've earned that title yet.
No. I won't disagree there.
But I think I could get there, I bet.
Check, please.
As Heath Fetchick now stands in. Also 0 for 2 on the day. As he's lined out into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Grant Moore rounding second. He's going to go to third easily. That is a single for Heath Fetchick. Grant Moore to third. And suddenly, the Tarp Skunks are threatening to take that 0 off the board.
And what did I tell you? What did I tell you about the Tarp Skunks when they get into the bullpen? That's where they can start to get aggressive. Grant Moore, I figured he probably would have been stealing anyways if that hadn't happened. He likes to have the side quest to 2 stolen bases a day. Well, today, side quest's not going to happen, but the Tarp Skunks have something cooking here in the bottom of the 7th.
And that will bring up the man, the myth, the legend, the West Division PGCBL Player of the Week, Eric Weeks, as he takes strike 1. No better man to do some damage to this 4-0 lead that the Oilers have currently.
Yeah, he's been on, you can't even call it a hot streak. It's a torrid hot streak.
As that pitch is inside, 1-1.
6-11 over 5 games, 6 runs, 6 RBIs, 6 stolen bases, 4 against Olean in 1 game.
And you know what I think is great? All these sixes showing up in his stats, and he wears number 6.
It's called Kismet.
As Fetchick threatens to go, as the ball, it was taken for a ball, pump fake throw by Cordiero. Count 2-1.
Yeah, Cordiero was thinking about a snapback pickoff, but either he was just bluffing or he couldn't get a good grip on the ball.
As that is lined out into right field, coming in is Charlie, and he will make the throw. However, it is a sac fly as Grant Moore will come in to score. The Tarp Skunks are on the board, and Eric Weeks with yet another RBI to his name. It's 4-1.
So, a little bit's helped. Now with 2 out, though, we still got work to do.
And that will bring up Blake Herman. Blake Herman currently with the only other hit aside from what Fetchick just did earlier. As the runner does go, the catcher, Cordiero, could not get a hold of the ball as it looks like his glove is starting to get a little bit slippery, and it is a stolen base for Heath Fetchick.
Yeah, Fetchick, not the fastest guy on the team, not a guy that you would really consider for a stolen base threat, but maybe he saw his own scouting report on that snapback bluff to first that Cordiero not able to get his hand around the ball and took a chance.
The 1-0 pitch, high for ball 2. And I will say, I love it when coaches are able to give the basically a straight green light to any and all runners. Like, if you think you got something, go for it. The 2-0, foul back, and that was Herman's pitch. If he got a hold of that, that might have gone over the logistics sign in the left center. Actually, I'd say that's more straight left field.
Yeah, he was looking. He definitely looking for that home run swing.
2-1, 2 out. Fetchick off of second. As Menendo comes set, checks Fetchick. Fetchick doing a little dance. The 2-1. Low, 3-1 now. And I will say, I have had the ability to watch Blake Herman growing up. He played at Gowanda High School. And is currently going to Canisius Division I, definitely earned. The 3-1 pitch. And what an eye for the plate Blake Herman has. It is a ball 4, and Herman is on base once again.
It's nice to see Herman get on base without getting hit by a pitch. We talked about it with Jalen. 32 times the Tarp Skunks have been hit by a pitch. Blake Herman owns 11 of those.
That's scary, to be honest. What do they got against Blake Herman? Like, what did he do?
I don't know, but, I mean, he plays the game like he takes it personally, and I love that.
Ground ball towards second, fielded cleanly by Bates. He will flip the ball to Hunsaker, and that will end the inning. But not before the Tarp Skunks get on the board. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 8th inning now. Score now 4-1. Top of the 8th inning here at Russell E. Diethrich Park. The rain seems to have ceased as Jack Santi will come out for his first full inning of work, and he will face the heart of the Oilers' order, Thomas Bates, Aiden Willard, Antonio Cordiero. And if you're Jack Santi, and you're looking at the heart of the order, where they did damage back in the 4th inning, what sort of thoughts have to run through your mind besides let's prove that I'm the best pitcher here?
I think let's go get three and get back in the dugout. I don't think there's anything ego driven here or anything. It's just a matter of come out and do your job.
First pitch called strike to Thomas Bates. Bates 2 for 3 so far today with an RBI single, a double, and a flyout back in the 1st inning. As that pitch swing and a miss. Oh my Lanta. Bates was looking to take that 500 feet. He was looking to Giancarlo Stanton that thing.
Giancarlo Stanton, who also played here in Diethrich Park in the 85 years of history here in Jamestown.
0-2 ground ball towards third, fielded by Jordan. Throw on, not in time as it is bobbled by JRC. Unfortunately, Bates got in the way, and it is a throwing error by Jordan. And the first runner is aboard, and Bates continuing to be a thorn in the side of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough play for Jordan. He had to come in on the charge, glove it, and make the transition. And by the time he got the throw off, it would have been a close play anyways. But, you know, a little contact between JRC and Bates, the ball get knocked away, and the E5 gets tagged on Jordan.
Aiden Willard now stands in. His first pitch from the lefty. Curveball, just missing the top of the plate. Top of the zone. 1-0.
Temperatures dropped to 65 degrees, a little bit of light rain, and absolutely no wind.
As that's a curveball off the outside portion of the plate this time. 2-0.
There is action down in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. So just in case Santi gets in trouble, there is reinforcements warming up.
The 2-0 fouled off and heading into the third base bleachers. And these lefty hitters, I gotta say, I'm hoping that one of them hits a foul ball our way. I want to be the knight in shining armor, and I want to make that barehanded grab.
You just want to hear me cry. See how high-pitched I can get.
The 2-1, swing and a miss. 2-2 the count now. Aiden Willard trying to keep himself alive here and not go 0 for on the day. He's 0 for 3 thus far. Santi has his pitch. Comes set. The 2-2. Curveball. And it looked like Willard wanted it, but was able to hold off as the count goes to full. I will say, Bates does not have a big lead off of first. Lefties are, as sure enough, I kind of spoke it into existence. Lefties are crafty with their pickoff moves, as that was a throw over. Nothing doing there. Because Bates kind of makes a motion back towards first base as the leg gets brought up. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. And that is a strikeout, the second strikeout of the day for Aiden Willard. He will go 0 for on the day. And that will bring up Antonio Cordiero.
Yeah, Santi really needed that. You know, where the Skunks have gotten themselves into trouble is when Oilers have gotten 2 on with nobody out, and then they're having to work from a position of disadvantage. That really gives the advantage back to the Tarp Skunks. 1 out, ground ball, double play, you're out of the inning.
Cordiero stands in. His first pitch way outside for ball 1. Cordero currently 0 for 1 with a line out and 2 walks. And with a man his stature, he is definitely not the smallest strike zone. I always found it weird how the largest strike zones always drew walks. Case in point, counts now 2-0.
Call me paranoid. I thought I saw a flash of light out in the left center field area.
You hush your tone.
I'm
The 2-0. Lined out into right field, going over and making a running grab is Bremner. What a running grab. He nearly fell as it was almost a shoelaces-esque grab for Bremner, but now there are 2 away. And that'll bring up Cooper Tarley.
0 for 2 hit by a pitch his last time up. Santy would like to make quick work of him here.
As that first pitch swung on and missed. Tarley, of course, the one that drew first blood this game with an RBI single back in the 4th.
He's also made a couple of outstanding defensive plays.
The 0-1. Low for ball 1. Santi. Taking a long time, but now he's got his pitch. Checks the runner at first. The 1-1. Outside. Ball 2. And I will say, Santi reminds me a lot of my pitching style. Not the fastest, but definitely crafty. He's got a lot of movement on that breaking ball. The 2-1. Popped up, high into center field. Coming over is Moore. He will make the grab, can of corn, and that will end the top of the 8th. No runs on no hits. 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Score still 4-1.
Back here at Diethrich Park, bottom of the 8th inning, as Jack Benendo back on the mound, his second inning of work. He will face Jackson Enders, Justin Bremner, and JRC. And here to tell you about it is Matty G.
I'm back. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to call some RBIs. I'm not going to lie to you. This only 6 outs remain for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, running out of chances. They got to make work on this bullpen, and they got to make work on it fast. As Jackson Enders stands in, his first pitch from Menendo. Low for ball 1. And plus, it's my last half inning here for today, so I might as well look to make it count. That pitch also off the plate, 2-0.
I haven't called anything since, wow, the 2nd inning. which actually doesn't seem like that long ago. We're only about 2 hours, 20 minutes into this ball game. It's a very quick pace.
The 2-0. Swing and a miss. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. That pitch looked like it had some extra cheddar on it.
Challenge fastball on a hitter's count. Got to come in. And that's exactly what he did with a little bit extra.
The 2-1. Another swing and a miss. This one a foul tip. 2-2 the count now. Jackson Enders did end up grounding into a double play earlier today. Enders will call time, as Menendo was quite a bit having a little bit of an argument with his catcher Cordiero. Now he's got what he likes. The 2-2. Up and over the head of Enders. And Enders has worked the count full.
Enders 0 for 2. He does have speed. Drawing a walk or a base hit here would give the Skunks this advantage.
As that one is fouled back, Enders does stay alive. And 3-2 will redo. Man, I need to start freestyling.
Absolutely not. That's when I turn off your mic.
The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Enders. Was able to work the count to 3-2, but was not able to catch up to the speed of Menendo's fastball. 1 out. And that will bring up Justin Bremner.
Oh, we're going to get a pinch hitter. C.J. Dugan now coming in for Bremner.
C.J. Dugan. C.J.'s first pitch. Missing the strike zone. A little low for ball 1. And he hasn't seen a strike yet. 2-0.
Yeah, it looks like Joe Rittebach playing the matchups a little bit here.
I mean, if his starting lineup wasn't doing it, might as well find someone that will. Or can, I should say. It's like, it's not that they won't. As C.J. Dugan has now seen 3 straight balls. He could draw a 4-pitch walk here. That could definitely be a little bit of momentum. The 3-0. And that is exactly what will happen. You know, we talk about the commentator curse, but I think I have a little bit of a knack for calling that sort of thing. It's a 4-pitch walk for C.J. Dugan. And it looks like it might be another pinch hitter. That doesn't look like JRC to me.
It's going to be Nate Muncy.
Nate Muncy.
Another left-handed first baseman.
So Coach Joe definitely making some changes to the lineup. Anthony Trummer does wait on deck, so he will not have a pinch hitter.
That we know of yet.
Menendo comes set. First pitch to Muncy. Over the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Anything can happen at this point. I wouldn't say that Trummer is a guarantee to hit it to get up. If second and third, Joe might pull the trigger on something different.
That pitch is outside. 1-1.
Becomes a chess match at this point. It really does. You're trying to put the best pieces in that you can against the situation that you're in.
That's the life of a coach, man. The 1-1. Lined foul into the Skunks bullpen. As Muncy now falls behind 1-2.
No real action in the Skunks bullpen to speak of. So it looks like Santee will be out for the 9th.
Menendo set. Weak pickoff attempt. Just kind of keeping Dugan honest over there, as Dugan has been dancing a little bit.
I would have called it lackadaisical, but I'm too lazy.
Can I turn your mic off?
Absolutely not. You're stuck with me.
The 1-2. Lined into left field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So it is a 1-out single. Dugan moving to second. 2 on, 1 out. And it will, in fact, be Anthony Trummer.
Little mix and match seemed to work here now. 2 on, 1 out for the Skunks. Trummer, he's walked and struck out. Let's see what he can do with this.
As assistant coach Jake Meeker running out to the Oilers bullpen, and he just gave the hurry up sign as a pickoff attempt over to Dugan at second. So action now in the Oilers bullpen. We may end up seeing a closer here in the top of the 9th inning. Menendo comes set. First pitch to Trummer, high for ball 1.
Yeah, Menendo doesn't look as sharp as he did the last inning. Bit all over the place.
The 1-0. Fouled off and off the light post and back onto the field. You know, they say trees are 90% air. At least that's what they tell me when I'm on the golf course and I still manage to make contact. I guess that's a similar trope with baseballs and light posts.
It was funny, Jalen was asking, how often do you see that? A couple times a year. Now we've got it a couple times in 2 weeks.
The 1-1, low and away, 2-1 now. Trummer currently 0 for 1 with a walk and a K. And it looks like Menendo is starting to struggle to see the signs a little bit. Just ask for a repeater. The 2-1. On the outside corner, Trummer knew it, but froze on it. Counts now 2-2. I don't think that was the pitch that he was expecting.
Non 2-1, probably not. He was probably looking for something outside the zone, off speed to chase.
I mean, it was outside the zone, but instead it was just straight dead red. So 2-2 the count. Trummer now calls time, as it looks like Menendo was taking a little bit long. But like I said, with the way that the lights are and how dark it is outside, it does make it very difficult for a pitcher to see the sign. But he shakes off one call, shakes off another. Now he's got what he likes. Checks Dugan at second. The 2-2. Ground ball, that's going to go through the hole into left field. Dugan rounding third. He's going to come home. The throw cut off at third. And it is a 1-out RBI single for Anthony Trummer. The lead now cut into a third. Score now 4-2.
That was a great piece of hitting by Trummer. Staying alive in the at-bat, seeing something coming over the plate, not trying to do too much with it. Reaching out with a bad hit, just poking it through the Tony Gwynn hole between short and third, and that is going to do it for Menendo, it looks like.
And it looks like the coach is just staring at the bullpen. Hasn't officially made the call yet. It's going to kind of do something similar to what Coach Joe did. Give him a little bit more time to be able to look at the bullpen, make sure he's ready. And it looks like that will indeed be it for Jake Menendo. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And we will take a step back, and we will be right back to tell you who will replace Menendo in just a second.
Mark Holm is the new Oilers pitcher. He's making his 4th appearance. Comes in with no record, a 0.0 ERA and 7 innings pitched. He's given up 2 hits, 1 run, no earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 10. Hitters are hitting against him only 0.95, so Skunks are going to need to get some work. Hopefully try to draw some walks and see if they can put some blemish on the record of Mark Holm, who called Jamestown home for a brief cup of coffee, I believe back in 24.
That is a name that I do remember.
I think he had 1 or 2 games early in the season and either was injured or I'm not sure what happened with him, but he didn't make many appearances after that, any appearances after that.
But I can definitely say that Olean is looking to consider him the closer for tonight, looking to let him go the last inning and 2/3 to see if he can shut down this game. He's going to have to face the bottom and then the very top of the Skunks order. Dumas, Moore, Fetchick, if we can get there. I sure hope we can get there.
Yeah, this is the danger part of the lineup. Dumas has the ability to go opposite way and run the bases. And then you flip it over to Moore, Fetchick, Weeks, Herman, all of guys that have power and speed. Caleb Jordan behind them. There's not an easy out coming up here for Mark Holm.
As his first delivery is curveball on the outside half of the plate. Call ball 1.
He's got a very herky-jerky motion.
You know what he kind of reminds me of? He kind of reminds me of, if it's a name you remember, Bronson Arroyo.
A little bit.
But instead of like the long leg, like the straight leg, it's bent slightly as that pitch is high for ball 2. Holm doing a lot of looking at Nate Muncy over at second base.
I'll raise your Bronson Arroyo and raise you Dontrell Willis. Almost has a bit of a D-train type delivery.
The 2-0 delivery. High for ball 3.
And while it's not raining or really misting at this point, you have to wonder if some of the humidity and the wetness in the air is affecting his grip on the baseball, because he has been nowhere near the zone.
The 3-0, and it is a 4-pitch walk for Matthew Dumas, and the crowd's starting to come alive a little bit. The bases have turned into a business of Tarp Skunks on the ball field, a surfeit, if you will. Bases loaded for the top of the order, Grant Moore. And if you're Grant Moore, all you're looking for is a ball in the outfield. That's the only thing you want right now, because that will score minimum 1. First pitch. Curveball over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Southpaw on southpaw. First pitch curveball. Definitely a common occurrence.
And not a bad idea for Holm to try to work backwards here. Go off speed, then maybe go fastball.
Tying run on second. Go ahead run on first. The 0-1. Curveball again. Moore wanted it, but held off, kind of jelly-legged a little bit. Count now 0-2. And Grant Moore looking to stay alive here. At minimum, put the ball in play. Can't leave a full surfeit on the field. The 0-2. Curveball again. 3 straight curveballs. Up, down, see you later. Goes Grant Moore, arguing with that final call a little bit. And there are now 2 away, but that will bring up Heath Fetchick.
That's going to be frustrating for not only Moore, but for Coach Rittebach. You hate to see bases loaded and your hitter not take the bat off the shoulder.
First pitch to Fetchick. on the inside corner for strike one.
It looks like Holmes found his rhythm now. After the 4-pitch walk to Dumas has really locked it down. 4 straight strikes here.
I mean, one thing we did notice, and one thing you did say, he does walk a lot of batters, but he strikes out just as many. The 0-1. Ground ball foul down the first base line. And very quickly, Fetchik down 0-2.
Fetchik looking to drive something here. Had a couple of doubles. Game a couple of days ago, I believe, against Niagara. Hit one just to the left of the batter's eye, between the maximum sign and the batter's eye, 410 feet that bounced off the wall. Would love to put a charge into one here.
The 0-2. High and outside. Check swing. Didn't go around. 1-2 the count now. Fetchik has seen 3 straight fastballs. Nothing below dead red right now. You got to expect he'd be sitting on some sort of curveball eventually, but I wouldn't be shocked if Holm goes back to that heater again. The 1-2. Curveball, back door, back foot. Fetchik wanted nothing of it. 2-2 the count now.
And that was an ice water in the veins take right there. Absolutely cold. Watched it come inside.
Holm comes set. Checks the runners. The 2-2. Ground ball, wild pitch. But a good stop by Cordiero. And it is now 3-2, 2 out, bases loaded. Unfortunately, not bottom of the 9th, but bottom of the 8th instead. But this is the pressure moment right here of the game, to see where the momentum will lie for the top of and the bottom of the 9th inning.
You saw Holm on the back of the mound working his cleats against the
scraper?
The scraper, I guess that's what you call it, trying to get some of that dirt out of his cleats here.
Holm shakes off 2 pitches. Shakes off a third. Now he's got what he likes. Comes set. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Swing and a miss. And Fetchik down on strikes. And that is not the way that you're looking to go. Momentum on the Oilers' side. They were able to get out of the jam with minimal damage. 1 run on 1 hit. 3 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Score now 4-2. ERA in 4 innings pitched.
Third appearance.
As we go to the top of the 9th inning here at Diethrich Park, score currently 4-2 Olean. New pitcher on the mound for the Tarp Skunks, looking to close out the 9th inning with a 0 is Eli Bryant. His 3rd appearance 2.25 ERA in 4 innings of work. He will look to shut down this Olean lineup. And here to take you the rest of the way here in the 9th inning, it's Dre Guinness.
Feels like it's been a very long time since I've gotten to sit in the driver's seat. But here we go, top of the 9th inning. It will be for the Oilers, Hunsaker, Vercoloni, and Romero to face Eli Bryant. Reminder that the Skunks are scheduled to take on the Niagara Falls Americans tomorrow for first responder night. Hopefully the rain stays away for that one as well. You're going to want to come down and enjoy that game. As the first pitch, foul. Out of play, and the count goes 0-1. Let me ask you this. 2024, we were sitting in different spots. You're standing now where I was sitting, and I'm sitting where you were standing. How's the view from the left side of the booth?
I'm not gonna lie to you. The amount of times I've had to lean out of the out the window in order to see like the Skunks bullpen or the Skunks dugout, it gets annoying after a while.
Now you know how I felt. I did it 2 years as the 0-1 was taken for a strike, 0-2. I did that last year too for when CCS was doing it. We had Sebi. I figured I'd make it easier for him and let him sit here as there's a drive down the left field line, hooking foul and into the Tarp Skunks bullpen.
Nearly missing a surfeit.
So this is the danger. We give you a little bit of information and you just run with it forever.
I have that ability, and I'm very glad that I have that ability.
0-2 the count. And the pitch taken for a called strike 3.
Can I help you find anything? Nah, just looking.
So now 1 down for the Oilers left fielder, Connor Vercoloni. Never got the definitive pronunciation, so either way works. If you're an Olean Oilers fan in the chat, go ahead and correct us if need be. And the first pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. Temperature really cooling down here now, 63 degrees. Is that one low for a ball? 2-0.
God, we've become so boring. We've had to discuss the weather.
Hey, I gotta say, it impacts the game.
It really does.
We were in Olean for the first road game that we've ever done. It was a 4-hour affair, and the temperature dropped like 15 degrees in the last couple of innings. So there's a foul out of play. 2-1 the count. And someone had fire in their fireplace or something, and with the wood smoke smell in the air and how cold it was, it almost felt like calling October baseball.
Hey, nothing better than October baseball.
Absolutely not, and that's the closest I'm ever going to get to it. So that one taken for a strike, and it is 2-2.
I will say Eli Bryant definitely has a good command of his fastball right now. That low strike at the knees is definitely something that the Oilers are not used to right now. Take advantage of it.
So the 2-2 pitch. Oh, just missed off the edge. 3-2. And not going to argue that call. It did look a little bit off, but it was very tantalizing.
That was the right idea. Go right back to that same spot. Just missed it by a hair.
3-2. In the dirt, and a 1-out walk for the Oilers. Puts a runner at first and will bring up the shortstop, Aramis Romero.
Romero 0 for 3 on the day thus far, with two flyouts and a foul out.
So now, with the runner off first, the first pitch, that one taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Bryant Starting Romero off backwards again, going with the breaking stuff early. Then working his way up to a fastball, perhaps. Or he might come back with another breaking ball. There it is. Another breaking ball off the plate. Swung on a miss. And it is 0-2. And now Romero is going to have to guess here. Is he going to get another breaking ball or a challenge fastball? It's a snap throw over to first and nothing doing.
And one thing I will admit, one thing we didn't notice earlier, a change at first base. JRC is done for the day. That is Nate Muncy over there.
And the pitch, runner goes, taken outside for a ball. Throw down to second is in time. They got him trying to steal. And now with 2 away and a 1-2 count.
If I may, I would love to pay homage to when we were together in 2024. Sit down, mate. Have a seat. Stolen base denied. 2 away.
I'll give you that one. I put that one in the vault. As now the 1-2 pitch to Romero comes way up high, 2-2.
But that throw out, that caught stealing is definitely a momentum shifter, and that is the shifter that the Tarp Skunks needed. They need that going into the 9th. They need this K here too.
There's a line drive into left field. Dumas takes a couple of steps over.
That'll work too.
And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left after the caught stealing. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. 4-2 Olean.
It is the bottom of the 9th inning. Mark Holm will remain the pitcher for the Olean Oilers. There is action in the bullpen, though, so they can make a quick switch if need be. The batting lineup will be the heart of the Tarp Skunks order. Eric Weeks, Blake Herman, Caleb Jordan, and only 3 outs remain between a winner and a loser here tonight. Current score 4-2. Olean here to take you the rest of the way. It's my good friend, Dre Guinness.
All right, Maddie, thank you very much. As we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, Tarp Skunks have figured out ways all season long to overcome adversity. And you would definitely say they're facing adversity here as the crowd under the grandstand has become absolutely crazy.
I mean, crunch time right here, right now, and even the fans know it. Like, last inning, leaving the bases loaded, you were so tantalizingly close. The Skunks are looking to recreate that and push beyond it to have a walk-off here in the bottom of the 9th.
As Eric Weeks stands in, he's the guy that you want to have things lead off here, the spark plug of the Tarp Skunks over the past 5 games. So that one taken for a strike. 0-1 breaking ball. Burdine not wanting to come inside with a fastball to Weeks, who has power. Couple of home runs last year, one here, one in Niagara. That one in Niagara was a grand slam to give the Tarp Skunks a 16-12 lead over the Ironbacks, which ended up being the final scores. The rain is starting to come down here. So home would like to get out of this early. The Tarp Skunks would like to make him work. Swinging a foul straight back. Weeks had that timed. Just missed the barrel of the bat by maybe a quarter of an inch. And he finds himself behind 1-2.
Weeks is definitely not the kind of guy that is going to go down without a fight. The looking K is not something that is in his repertoire. Weeks is looking to put a ball in play at bare minimum because he definitely has the speed to beat it out.
So home comes set. The 1-2 pitch way outside for a ball. 2-2.
And you saw Weeks shake his head on that pitch. He's got such an eye for the strike zone that it's insane. As home now, I'd say blaming it on the ball a little bit. Needs a replacement. Needs a dry ball. As like you said, the rain is coming down harder.
Yeah, home plate umpire, deeming that the ball is still playable, just needs to dry off, puts it back in his ball bag. So now 2-2. It's almost like the Pew crew has navigated underneath the grandstand. 3-2 to Weeks. And this is the electric energy that the Tarp Skunks fans bring. May not be a packed house, may not be sold out here, but the fans that are here are loud and boisterous, and they are making themselves known, trying to get into the head of Mark Holm. As 3-2 the count. Weeks waits the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Weeks goes down on strikes.
It was what I said earlier. Weeks is definitely not going to go down without a fight. The swinging K, but Weeks showing a lot of frustration. He knows that that's a pitch that he should have left off. It was a low pitch, that low breaking ball. He just got caught up and got jelly-legged in the process. And down to the final 2 outs.
As Blake Herman stands in. He's had an interesting day. He singled back in the second, but then got caught stealing home to end the second inning. Fouls that one out, and it's 0-1. A lot of talking between these two teams down there, too. Hearing the players out in the field chirping back and forth. I think some of the Olean players are chirping with some of the Tarp Skunks fans a little bit. As home took too long. Herman backs out, now back in. Waving that bat. Now settling it on his shoulder. 0-1. And the pitch. That one right down the pipe. 0-2. As the 0-2 pitch. Getting set to come in here. Holm kicks and throws the pitch. Way outside and up. 1-2.
I will say, Holm is definitely glad that there is not a pitch clock involved with this league. Because if there was, I think he might be calling for about 5 or 6 different pitch clock violations today alone.
He definitely takes his time out there, but it's producing results. So if you're with the Olean Oilers, you're not going to complain. That pitch, check swing foul straight back, and Herman doing a good job to stay alive. That one looked like that was right at the top of the zone. If he hadn't hacked at it, that would have been called strike 3. In theory.
I guess we'll never know. Or wait, no, like Tootsie Roll Pops. The world may never know.
1-2.
And copyright.
The pitch. Swinging, there's a line drive down the third base line. Foul.
Man, if that had been fair, that would have been easy extra bases for Blake Herman. We know the kind of speed that he has. Something down the line that hard, he's easily on second base.
If it gets trapped in the corner, that's easily 3. He has an inside the park home run as well. Him and Grant Moore, within 3 days of each other, inside the park home run. His was at Newark. So 1-2 the count. Herman doing a great job staying alive here. The pitch. That one misses. 2-2. Reminder, Tarp Skunks back here tomorrow, First Responders Night. 6:30 first pitch, as long as the weather cooperates. And then back here on Friday as the Niagara Ironbacks come into town. Make sure you come on down to the ballpark. If you can't make it to the ballpark, catch us on the YouTube. Swing and a miss. And down goes Herman for out number 2.
And I will say, Holm, you got to give him credit. He is coming straight to the heart of this Tarp Skunks lineup, as it looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter for Caleb Jordan. So 2 outs, down to their final out. Coach Joe looking to make some more changes just to shake things up a little bit and see if he can keep today alive.
As the pinch hitter is going to be touch 'em all, Paul Delanto. Paul D standing in. Put a charge into one the other night against Niagara to give the Skunks a 5-3 lead. Would like to put a charge into one here to cut that lead to 1. And the first pitch. That one's taken for a strike. 0-1. Holm is dealing here.
Seems to be the kind of pitcher that once he finds his groove, it's very difficult for him to get out of it. And the confidence just continues to build.
So now 0-1. Delanto now knows what he's got. Waits the pitch. Swinging. There's a foul off to the right. And the Tarp Skunks are down to their final strike. Who do you got for your most valuable stinker?
I'm not going to lie to you. I am going to give most valuable stinker today to Heath Fetchick. Now, offensively, it's not really something that you look at as like 1 for 3 with a single, but he was the setup man to be able to start getting the Skunks on the board in the 7th inning. So he was kind of the setup man to allow Eric Weeks to have the sack fly, as well as a stolen base.
As that one is swung on and missed, the ball game is over. As the Olean Oilers hold on to a 4-2 victory here over the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Tarp Skunks. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. If I'm giving a most valuable stinker tonight, I'm going to give it to Tino Masson coming in relief and doing a fantastic job. Again, Jamestown Tarp Skunks Baseball will be on the air tomorrow, weather permitting. Check the social medias as always to make sure that the game is going to go live. For Matty G, for Jalen Ferguson, I'm Dre Gittes. Thanking everybody for joining us here tonight. And until next time, good night, everybody.